$300 boat. Let's drag it back home. Look what we just picked up. Another boat project. So this one's really cool. This is a 15-foot jet boat. It's a Euroline Cyclone Sport. These things are crazy quick and fast for what they are. It's got a 120 horsepower, I believe, Mercury engine in it. So you can just imagine how fast that thing is. It's fiberglass, and I got this thing for a really good deal. The guy had it up for 500 bucks, and we picked it up for 300. The trailer alone is worth that, so basically another free boat. It is, however, missing the seats, which is kind of a bummer, but I think we can make something for the seats. It's just the cushions right here, right there, and right here. It does have the little doors right here for compartments and everything. Those are still on there, so that's kind of nice. Cup holders, seats 5 people, you can see, or a max capacity of 660 pounds. Or 785 pounds with gear. The thing is pretty clean. It's got the retro 90s/80 vibes going on with the purple, the yellow, and the green. Trailer is in excellent condition. Tires are really nice. Lights work on the trailer. It's got the little step right here, which is awesome for loading and unloading. The previous owner said he knew nothing about this boat when I went to pick it up. He got it on a partial trade deal, and he said he thought it was worth more than it was. He never dug into it, never touched it. He literally knew nothing about it. It looks like somebody got it from auction at one point. You can see the tag right here. It says 163. It says O'Brien Auctioneers LLC on it. So I'm guessing it was at auction. It was last registered in Wisconsin in 07. So what is that, 16 years ago? You can see City of Fond du Lac boat launch permit. So the guy in Fond du Lac had it before this. But yeah, it's a pretty cool boat. Go check them out on YouTube and you'll see what I'm talking about. They fly. It's got the little ladder here for getting in and out of the boat, for swimming and stuff. The engine's underneath here. The prop is right underneath here, and I actually checked it out. It looks pretty good. No dings or anything like it sucked up any rocks, so that's awesome. The little skid plate thing is good. There was a bunch of water in the boat when I went to pick it up, so I think it rained quite a bit in the boat. You can see the plugs are out right here and right here, and I don't know where those are at, so we'll have to find those. But the guy has no idea if it runs. He didn't even try. He said the battery was junk, so he didn't even hook up a battery to it. Here are the gauges. Goes up to 65 miles an hour on the gauge. It's got a fuel gauge. I'm guessing these are bilge pumps and lights and stuff like that. So we'll have to see if that all works. It does have the key in it, which is nice. And then down here, there's actually an RPM gauge, which is kind of funny. We'll add it on RPM gauge. Hidden down there. It's got the throttle, so it's got everything we need to make this thing run. But yeah, not a bad little boat. Basically a big jet ski. Gas tank. It's a separate container for the oil. You add straight gas to the gas tank, and the oil tank is back here by the engine. One bad thing about this boat is that there's a crack in it right there. You can see a little hole. I think the guy ran it up on shore, and you can see the little crack in the hull here. So we're gonna have to repair that with some fiberglass repair or something else. But the rest of the boat looks pretty decent under here. So we'll walk you through the engine here quick. but I'm guessing it needs a full gone through since it's been sitting for 16 years. But I figured for 300 bucks, why not take the risk? I mean, basically a free boat. So without further ado, let's jump into it and see what we can find. If we can get this thing started up today, that would be awesome. All right, get this ladder down. Take a peek in the engine bay here. So the latch comes up. And of course this flew up on the highway when I was driving, so that made it exciting. Alright, let's see what we got. So you can see oil injection, Mercury Marine, 120 horsepower. Oil injected, here's the oil tank. Dual carburetor. You can see, still has the air box on it. Comes with a free wrench. Does have a battery. I wonder when the battery's from. But you can see all the water in here. It's really gross. It smells like mold. Oh, this water's been sitting in there for years. There's the bilge pump down there. You can see that's not doing much if there's no water getting to it. But there is a pump, which is nice. I don't know if it works, but we'll have to check. But you can see like the splattered purple in the bay here. It's kind of funny. And it looks like everything's intact here. So you can see all the spark plug coil wires are up there. All the wires look like they're hooked in. It's got the starter on it. It's got the gas line feeding the carbs. And it looks like there's probably going to be an external fuel pump. I believe it's right there. I don't know if it's electric or nope, it's pulse generated from the engine, it looks like. You see the two lines going to the engine, so we'll see. There's a big starter for it. I don't know if that works either. We will have to see. It really doesn't look too bad. So we'll see what we can do today. We'll get this old battery out of here. This is box locked down, yep. So that's good. Looks like we've got the negative terminal, positive terminal, and then there's some more wires right here. Positive, negative, that makes it easy. Compartment in the floor right here. What's down here? Oh, more water. What do you know? Let's see what's underneath here. Just goes back to there. Good storage. Does that crack come all the way through here? Doesn't look like it. All the wires look like they're intact there. It's always a great sign when you've got the bottle of starting fluid in here. Alright, does she turn over? Turns over a little easy for my liking. It's getting a little harder. Doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of compression. But we'll see. See what happens. Maybe a ring's just stuck or something. So turns over a little easy. Let's get the spark plugs out, I think, and get some lubrication in there before we hook up a battery. It's a little hard to see down there, but that's the best I can do for viewing. The engine bay back here, it's a little tight to work in. So we got spark plug 1. Two, 3, a little crusty. 4. See if we can get these plugs out here. See what they look like. Came out pretty easy. It's a good sign. Let's see what they look like. Oh, they don't look that bad. A little black, but really no carbon or rust in there, so that's good. Gives us a little hope. Again, that one wasn't loose. We're just hoping that the cylinders are fine. Oh yeah. That looks fine. Alright, number 3 coming out. That one's a little carboned up. A little bit more than the others, but again, no rust or anything on there. Last one. Alright. Not too bad. Looks like it was running pretty decent. Alright, spark plugs are out. Let's get some lubrication in there. Alright, little WD-40 going in. And a little oil. A little oil going in as well. Sorry, it's a little hard to see. This is the best shot I can get. We're gonna try to free up those rings. I'm guessing they're stuck a little bit. A little oil in there. Alright, let's turn this over a little bit. It's really smooth. Doesn't get caught up at all. Alright, let's try to get a battery hooked up in here. Old battery. Battery going in. Negative. Cannot reach all the way over here. Looks like it can. Nothing sparking. It's a good sign. Alright. This is going to be interesting. Hopefully something lights up. Alright, here we go. Let's see here. Alright, the key is right over here. Fuel gauge worked. Did the RPM gauge work? Yep, RPM gauge is working down there. You guys can see the arrow going up. Turn on the key. The arrow goes up. So let's just see if these switches work. That's the bilge pump. Or that's something. Oh, look at that. There's a big motor in there. What's that thing for? I think that's exhaust. That must be an exhaust vent. So if it gets too smoky in there, I think you can turn that switch. And that's what controls that. Let's see what this one does. That's bilge pump, that's working. So far everything's working. That must be lights. Oh, I cannot believe everything's lighting up. So we've got, I'm guessing, exhaust vent, bilge pump, lights. Cool. This is the horn. Let's see if that works. Ah, the horn doesn't work. Oh, wants to. There we go. There we go. The horn even works. That is funny. Will electric start work? Here we go. Oh yeah. Wow, everything's working. Let's see if the electric choke works. Wow. So we're getting pretty lucky. It's all too good to be true. But that makes our lives a little easier. So everything is turning on and working with the battery. That is crazy. I was not expecting that. So I think what we're gonna do is check for spark next. Make sure there's some spark. And we'll go from there. Alright. It's gonna be kind of hard to see. Alright, you guys watch the spark plug right here. See if anything lights up. It's hard to see. You guys see anything? Alright, I'm not seeing any spark. We'll try a different plug here. That is not a good sign. Is that boot crack too? A little bit. Try a new plug. Alright, let's see what we get now. Please be something. That does not look like we're getting anything. Alright, so we are getting nothing. Maybe we're just not grounding to a good area here. Alright, check this out. I think we're getting spark. Well, at least I can feel it. I got shocked a couple times, so that's kind of how I know we're getting something. So keep an eye on this. At least I saw something. I know I felt it. See that? Oh yeah. Alright, so we're getting good spark on cylinder 1. Let's check 2. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we've got spark on cylinder 2. Alright, so we have spark on all cylinders. Thought for sure we'd have a no spark situation here. So, turns out, so that's just the kill switch, so that needs to be out in order to operate it. So I believe. Oh, so that you just need a lanyard, just like a jet ski. See that? Lanyard just fits in there, and then you're good to go. So I'm surprised it has that in a boat like this. Usually they're over here. Alright, so far we're getting pretty lucky. We've got spark, and everything is working. The starter's working, the lights are working, all the pumps are working. So hopefully we have compression. That's the next check here. Alright. Now we really can't do throttle open, so we're just gonna check out the gauge. We'll see what we get. Hopefully it's more than 100 here. There's no way. Got 150 pounds of compression in the first cylinder. Cylinder 1 checks out. This will be crazy if all of them have compression. There is no way though. Something's gotta be wrong with this boat. It's a $300 boat. For 2. Let's see what we get. This is just way too good to be true. That one's got 160. Even better. Alright, come on. Cylinder number 3. Let's see what we get here. 160. One more to go. If all these cylinders are good, that means it's probably a fuel problem, which is easy. Or should be easy to figure out. Alright, last one. That is crazy. 150, 160 pounds of compression. Each cylinder. We are good to go there. I really thought this was going to be low compression. I cannot believe each cylinder has good compression. That is crazy. Let's get the compression tester out of here. Thought for sure we'd have a blown cylinder, but that all checks out. So, all right, let's check out the gas tank, see if we're getting any gas. All right, let's see if we can see inside the gas tank here. Little flashlight. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see. It makes a bend, so you can't really see anything. Huh. Where would the gas tank be? I think underneath the seat, maybe. Alright, we'll peek our head in here. See where that gas tank leads to. Oh, it's right here. Holy cow. There's this big metal gas tank underneath the boat. See that? This whole container. So that's gonna be tough to siphon out. We can maybe pump it out with that bulb pump. We'll disconnect it from here. Looks like somebody already did. Alright, we've got our bulb here connected to the gas line with a filter right here. So you can see the arrows pointing that way. I'm just gonna pump this and see if anything comes out. We're gonna go into a clear cup first to see what we're getting to get. Ooh, Yes, she's pretty dark. See if there's any water in there. It's not horrible. See what it's looking like now. It's actually looking pretty clear now. See if there's any water in it. That is looking pretty clear. Doesn't look like any water in it. That might be fine. Just to make sure. That looks really clear. Alright, getting the plugs back in. That one's in. Number 4. Number 2. Number 3. Alright. They're all on there. I'm trying to get the this cover off so we can squirt a little gas in there. Alright, this cover is actually bolted into the carburetor from this side over here. So we got these bolts out, some of them, enough to pry this open a little bit. So now we can get a gas line in there. Just squirt some gas in there. I don't know if that was enough. There we go. Alright, will she crank now? That is the question. Oh, she fired up. Oh, jeez. Jeez. She wants to go. A little bit more gas in there. I have my fire extinguisher ready here. Might have to do a little carb clean on the old girl. Alright, let's see what happens. Smells like something's burning. It's dripping out of the carbs. I'm guessing it's getting fuel, just not to the carbs, I believe. Huh. Let's see, gas goes into here, up through here, and I believe it gets pumped in through here. So these two should have gas going to it. These lines right here. Man, these are hard to get to too. clip holding this one on. Should be able to move that out of the way. Alright, we ended up taking out the 2 bolts right here. Got them all out down there. So I think we can get the carb free now. I don't think anything else is holding it on. Oh, this one is yet. Alright, finally got the whole carb assembly out. Alright, so we can gas out of there. So it was getting plenty of gas, it looks like. Alright, let's dig into these. Alright, we've got the carbs out here. Let's take a little peek. We are going to try to figure out how these work here. So gas is coming out of this line right here. Let's see if there's still gas coming out. Nope. Let's just, let's see here, what do we want to do? We'll probably disconnect this carb. Get this line off of here so we can at least work on one of the carbs. Finally. Alright. Gasket on there. Looks pretty clean. It's almost like the overflow. Yep, you get gas through here, and that's kind of like the overflow going into the next line. Looks like you have to... Now the needle's moving. Needle was stuck in there though. That might be a plug right there. There's a jet in there. That little guy wasn't plugged up. Like 1 1/4. It's the air screw. Blow that out. It's really not that dirty in here. Oh. Alright, I think we can blow this one out. All the jets are pretty much out of it. So, not much to them. They're really light too. Alright, we blew through this carburetor, cleaned it all out. Everything's good to go. This passageway was clogged completely, so that probably had something to do with it. Alright, we just took off the air box, and this was in there. Looks like a piece of steel wool. So that wasn't good. Take a peek in the bowl. Ouch. A little gas in there. A little crud in there yet. See if the needle's stuck. Yep, needle stuck too. There we go. See if that one clogged. Nope. That was not clogged. It's good. So it turns out on the air screw here. This other screwdriver. We're at 1 1/4. Alright, and this one's definitely clogged too. Yeah, it's all clogged up in there. So blow through there with the air compressor, try to declog that, clean this whole thing and reinstall it, see if she fires up. Alright, carburetors are all back on, installed, ready to go. No gas is leaking. Let's see what happens, see if she cranks over here. There we go. Oh, she's running good. That is awesome. I want to hook up water to it before we run it too long, just so we don't wreck anything. But she's sounding really good. That is awesome. One more time, just see if she fires right back up here. Yeah. That is sweet. So the Carb Clean fixed our issue. Alright, I'm looking for a water hookup. And it looks like the intake line is back there, the black line, going into the engine. You can see it's the black line right there, this big one on the side with the fitting. Let's go into the other side, I'll show you. So let's go into right there. The other fitting right there. So that goes down, and I'm trying to follow it on here, but there's no intake port for water to go into. I thought there'd be like a screw-in cap somewhere. I'm thinking it might be up there, possibly. See, there's like a removable screw right here. But you would still need a fitting. I don't know if that's to flush it or what. What do you think of the boat, Vin? What do you think? You like it? What do you think, Vinny? You like it, buddy? Seems like he likes it. Hi, George. You want to go see the boat, buddy? You like boats, don't you? You don't like the boat, buddy?
Oh my goodness. Oh God.
So the oil injection system, which is right here, actually feeds the line down here. And it looks like there's a small pump on the side of the engine down here. It actually feeds it into the gas line and mixes with the gas before it goes into the fuel pump. As you can see, the small line going up feeds into this line, which is the gas line. I believe it mixes right there, which is crazy. So I think that's how that works. If we're smoking out the back, that means we're getting premixed to it. But for the time being, we're gonna mix the gas until I trust it enough. Gross. Captain's hat. Looks like a leash or a collar. I don't know what that is. Benny. Glove. Alright, we've got the boat on the hill, draining all the water out of it. There's some gas in here too, so we're using a bucket. Alright, well, she's all cleaned up, polished up, ready to go. Floors need a little bit more work, but at least everything's pretty clean. So that wraps up the first video on the Euroline Cyclone Sport 120 horsepower mini jet boat here. So next video, we've got a couple things to wrap up before we take it for the first ride. The big crack we need to fix right there. So we need to patch that somehow. We need to get some new carpet on here. The board underneath there is rotted out. And we need to find a seat or something we can use for a seat for the first ride, because I'm not sitting on that. And I think that's basically it. We got done what we needed to accomplish today, which was getting the engine running. I can't believe it runs, considering this thing was $300. But next video, we will take it for the first ride and see if it moves in the water, because it might not. We don't know yet. So stay tuned for next video. Should be exciting. These things are super fast and super quick, so it should be pretty fun to ride. Basically like a big jet ski with 120 horsepower. So should be interesting. Alright guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next video, and until next time, we are out.